Leo?
But Chase is ready.
Chase, you ready?
Ready.
All right, just first off, proud of our guys and just the way that they responded tonight. I say the game didn't start off how we wanted. Faced adversity on the field early. Had a punt fake that hit us. They did a good job of running basically a variety of different plays and formations, and were able to get out to an early lead. But offensively, didn't start how we wanted. Missed some opportunities. Obviously, when Jordan went down, that was something that nobody ever wants to see a player go down, and I don't have any updates on it tonight, so just so everybody's aware. But I was proud of the way that our guys responded throughout the course of the game. And as you sit there and you watch a football team come together, I thought our guys did that at a very high level. We knew all three phases we had to continue to rise up. I thought our defense was great, for the basically throughout the rest of the game. Offensively, we were able to get into a little bit of a rhythm. You hit some big plays. You had a couple big runs. A variety of different guys offensively. You were asked to contribute. We had some other guys that you had some bumps and bruises. Really in all phases. Some guys that went down. So really had to and got to play a lot of guys that got some significant action. Wasn't the cleanest game. Like I said, we had too many drops, too many missed opportunities. I thought Tate did a great job coming in, and other than a few mistakes here and there, was really good tonight. And what he did, where he located the ball, he made a couple great decisions just in progressions and read, and he showed that all the work he's been putting in he was ready for his moment when his number was called. And as we come out of tonight, you sit there and you finish up the regular season undefeated here at Doak Campbell Stadium, and that's something that we're so very proud of. And for 5 straight sellouts to end the season, our crowd was remarkable. Just a great atmosphere. It's to be able to honor the seniors, to be able to honor the guys that have played their last game, in our stadium. It was special. I thought defense being able to create some takeaways. Jerry Jones, I thought was remarkable. Had a couple of huge plays with the sack fumble. And then obviously the interception there. Later in the game. He's been so good for us this year, and he's continuing to grow, continuing to push. It was definitely a great performance on his part. He broke the rock for us there after the game. I thought it was a great showcase of the heart and the character that our guys have, because sometimes those games they bring more anxiety. If you find yourself in a situation that's tough, I was just talking to the team about this. Nobody pictures being down in that game early, but it was a circumstance we found ourselves in, and there's a lot of reasons why, a lot of things that that we can correct. But in the moment, it's all about what you do with the next play. It's all about what your belief is. It's all about are you going to be willing to block out the anxiety and the pressure that you feel, and just go play one. And we've been through a lot. We've been through a lot of adversity. We've been through a lot of challenges as a team and as a program. But I'm very proud of our guys for just the way that they do all things that they do. And we're going to continue to push. We're going to continue to get better. We've got a huge game this next week. Obviously have to go on the road with an opportunity to try to finish the regular season undefeated. And our guys have put us in this position, and so everything we have is going to go into our preparation to being our best to come next Saturday.
First question will be Ira, second row on your right.
In the moments after Jordan's injury, a lot of guys obviously were struggling and needed to be consoled. What kind of messages were you and the other coaches giving them, and how did you guys kind of snap them out of that?
Well, it's hard. Anytime you see any player go down, but obviously Jordan is so important to this team, and not just as the quarterback, but just who he is and what he stands for. And so it's when you see a player get hurt, and and not really knowing what that's gonna be, but obviously it was something that it was emotional, and it was emotional for everybody, and so. Just trying to help them work to being prepared for what was needed in the moment, because one one of your brothers go down, well, there's another one that's there that has to step up and has to stand up, and you've got to be there to help support them and encourage them. And I'm not just talking about quarterback, but all of us. I mean, anybody that when you care about a teammate, when you care about a team, and just the way that this program is built, and a lot goes into it. And but ultimately, I thought our guys were able to kind of gather themselves and just continue to play. And I thought a lot of guys played at a very high level, and were there in support of what was needed.
We'll go to Brendan, top left.
Following up on that, Mike, what does it say about this team's maturity to be able to keep playing throughout the night, given circumstances that Jordan's in?
Yeah, I mean that's who they are. I mean they've been through it, and what I love is even the older guys, how they are mentoring, how they're encouraging, how they're pushing the younger guys to work to hit the standard of how we want to operate. I mean it's when you have that type of leadership, when you have guys that have seen it all, and we've got a bunch of guys and a bunch of seniors that have been through it all. It really it's so encouraging to see the investment that they're willing to make on others, but it also speaks to the character and the heart that they have as a football team. And so it's a challenge, and we push our guys every single day, and you can see in their response just how confident they are even in those uncomfortable situations.
We'll go back to the right for Corey.
Mike, you talked about the team's response and the players' response, or their emotions. What are your emotions? You have such a long history with that kid. You've done so much for your offense and your program in general. What were your emotions now, and what were they at the moment? And how did you block it out? After
You don't. I mean, I like to say you block out, you don't. Coming in, we knew this was Jordan Travis's last game at Campbell Stadium. I wanted to see him have a special game, special experience. And for any time somebody gets hurt, it hurt. I mean, it's painful to see. It's painful to have to go through. And I mean, you just want so bad for that kid, because he does everything right. He really is just a special young man, and it was. I can't say that I did block it out. It was you go and you coach and you do everything, just like I said earlier, for the players that are that are out there on the field. But they I owe it to them too. But it doesn't lessen anything of the impact of when you have any player that goes down. I mean, it's hard, because this is a game that these guys they put so much into, and it's like I always tell you, you gotta be for others, what they need, and and really our players, the way that they competed, the way that they fought, the way that they were responding, was a lot of what I even needed at times, because you see their desire to go out there and to do all they can to make sure that we finished as good as we can be, and they showed it in their response, and we have the responsibility as coaches to do the same.
Come to Kurt down here in the front row.
You probably didn't see it. Jordan, before the end of the game, already he posted on Instagram shouting out Brock for his first career touchdown. I guess, what's it say about him that the night he had, that's where his head is at, and he wants to, be showing that love with what he's been through?
That's who he is. I mean, he just, a lot of people talk about Gary. He lives it. He lives it every day. And his investment in this team, his investment in his teammates, this program in general. I mean, he's special. And it's obviously not the way that he wanted to go out of this game, but it doesn't shock me. I didn't know that he put anything out, but that doesn't shock me.
Come right here in the middle.
Coach, after such an emotional game tonight, and you guys have Florida on the horizon, what do you expect from them this practice? What kind of intensity do you want to see?
I mean, they're going to respond. We're going to prepare to be better than what we've been, and I believe in this team. I believe in what they're made of. I know how they're trained, and I know what they're asked to do. We'll have a game, next Saturday night on the road, and we're going to have everything that we can do to prepare ourselves to be the best that we can possibly be. And I got a lot of confidence in this team because I live with them. I see them every day. I see the way that they pour into each other, and they're going to have each other's back. And we're going to go attack this week. We're going to have the best week of preparation that we've had, and put ourselves to go put our stamp on how we want to end the regular season.
We'll go up one row for SM.
Coach, you mentioned, some players stepped up. Who kind of gave a big pep talk or got the team, rallying around to keep going and playing after an injury?
Yeah, it's not necessarily about a pep talk. I mean, there's plenty of people that can stand up. It's about your actions. It's about how you go out there and what you do, how you perform. The encouragement of others. I mean, I've talked about it all throughout the course of the season. When you see whether it's defensive guys coming and just encouraging offensive guys, it doesn't. You don't have to stop and go to one person. You get your opportunity when you can make a positive impact. Go give all that you have, and that is the encouragement. And I think our coaches, players, everybody fed off that tonight. And our guys did what was necessary and being able to respond and finish the game the way that they did.
Corey?
I'm sure Tate was expecting to play in this game, but not like that, not so suddenly, and not with the mood of the stadium like that. How do you think he responded? That's such a tough moment for a kid to go into. How do you think he responded immediately, and then over the course of the game as he got more time?
I thought it was great. I thought there was a few mistakes, a few things that you could tell, just everything was rolling for him. He's been preparing all season, and you talk about it. A few weeks ago in the office, we had a one-on-one just talking about being prepared in case the moment ever called for you. And Tate does a great job in his preparation. He's a wonderful teammate. Our guys have a lot of confidence in Tate because they watch him practice every day. They know the talent, they know the ability. And I think that was something that was really impressive to me because he never seemed rattled in the moment. He knew he was prepared and ready, and that's what you have to do at every position, but obviously the quarterback position gets magnified to the elite level. And I thought he did a wonderful job, and he went out there and I thought played really well.
Next we'll go to Aslan.
Coach, for Tate, do you think the key is to keep doing what he's been doing, keep being who he has been, or for him to kind of understand that this thing is so close to the finish line and the opportunity he has to help lead this team past it?
Well, obviously, he just needs to be him. He's, just because you're not a starter, which Tate, obviously he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country, but that doesn't mean that he hasn't been pushing and leading and doing everything that he could to show his teammates that if his number was called, that he was going to be ready. And we got to do a better job of helping him out. I think we had too many drop balls. He threw a couple of just unbelievable passes, and we need to support him the best way that we can. But he just needs to go be himself, and if he does that, we got a lot of confidence in how he'll play, and obviously how guys around him will be there for him in those moments.
We'll go to Jordan in the middle.
Coach, obviously an emotional day. Can you talk about the emotions pregame with the senior day ceremony, what they meant to you and what they meant for your players?
No, just a great group of seniors, and these guys, they poured so much into the program, all for different amounts of time. But you guys like Kalen DeLoach, obviously he didn't play today, he was unavailable. But just there in when we were celebrating him in pregame, just thinking through the journey, like thinking through all the things that these guys have worked through, and just to see the confidence that they have, to see how they represent this program. Obviously we talked about Jerry and Jordan. He was awesome. There before the game, you just get a sense of these wonderful young men that have really invested and put all that they could into being a Florida State Seminole, and they will forever be. And this is a team that they told them in the locker room, this team is going to be remembered, and we get an opportunity to go take another step here this next week. But this is a special group, and it's led by that senior class, and it was a great night, a great experience to be able to see them get celebrated and hear in our fan base, the applause that they had, and obviously just what these guys mean to our wonderful fan base.
Alright, we're gonna go two more, next is SN.
When Darius Jones had that block punt at the end, or return for, touchdown, he got his opportunity, like you mentioned, and he took advantage of it, then the game did great. What does that say about him and the team?
It was great. It was great. Obviously, they lined up for a field goal there late, and I thought we got a great push by our defensive front. KJ Sampson, Liam, those guys did a wonderful job. Pushing everything back. We were able to get the block, and when I saw the ball bouncing, I saw Quindarius. He was a high school receiver. He's a guy that's really athletic and has a great future in front of him. But when I saw him scoop it, I knew that he probably wasn't going to let the kicker tackle him. So it was impressive to see him finish it off, the way that he did. And what I love too, that's the last play of the game, finished the game. But you see the team's reaction. I don't know if there was a player that wasn't in the end zone celebrating with him. And it was just those are the things that it doesn't matter how long you've been here, whether Q's been here since January, and you see the love, you see the appreciation, you see how much those guys care, and those are wonderful moments to be a part of.
Alright, last one will be Ira.
Multi-layered.
Pretty cool.
You mentioned Jarian Jones, the plays he had, but also Braden Fisk had some big plays. Seemed like the defense, when the offense needed a little bit of help, the defense kind of really stepped up. And then the other part was, did you see the reaction from the 2013 team when LT scored?
Oh yeah, that was pretty special. And I thought the defense, like I said, barring the first couple series where got hit on a few things. They were flat dominant. In all ways. And they played defensive front was great. I thought the guys flew around. It was definitely what we needed. And as we kind of collected ourselves offensively and continued to work through some of the early challenges, I thought the defense was awesome and created a short field. Obviously, we were able to score some points. Second quarter was really good for us. And then those guys were consistent throughout. And on LT's touchdown, seeing the 2013 team, that's what a special group. And they were here with us last night. Majority of them, some of them came in today, but majority of them were here last night. Just for our team walk, and just seeing the gratitude for the place, but also understanding how much that they're appreciated for who they were, for who they are now as guys that are in their professional careers, and that'll team that'll be celebrated forever. But seeing them in that end zone, just the energy in the stadium, and being able to have that moment, I thought that was one of the cooler experiences of the game.
Thank you, Coach.